This one got linked earlier and it looked really good. How Roblox is exploiting young game developers. Okay, so those who don't know, Roblox has basically got like a whole way to just make games inside of it. And so there's like tons of different games inside of Roblox, and a lot of them are like more popular than the game itself. Like last year, Dress to Impress like went like super viral. I'm sure it still is super popular. Oh, this is old news. Is it changed since then, or is it still a good video? Still a good video to watch? All right, I'll just watch part of it. If it's not that, if it's a lot of it's changed, then we won't watch the whole thing.
3 stunning things about Roblox. If you don't know much about Roblox, today it is the most popular video game in the US and Europe, played by 200 million, mostly young people every month. Roblox is more of a creative platform than a game, though. It's a downloadable portal to a staggering quantity of multiplayer games of all different genres that are all just a little bit floaty and janky. That's because
there's some insane ones though.
Roblox,
like you have built like realistic looking games
to start making and monetizing games. And
there's a game on Roblox called Grow a Gardener and has consistent 3+ million concurrent player count.
Of people
what?
Have done just that. Where today Steam hosts almost 55,000 games, Roblox hosts more than 20 million experiences. Which is what Roblox calls games because, legally speaking, it can't admit to selling games within Apple's App Store, as that would make it a game shop within a game shop. So, those 3 things I learned that made me do the internet equivalent of a double take.
Roblox is a free game engine with built-in servers.
Developers do earn a cut of the revenue of everything they create, but that cut is shockingly small. To put it in perspective, Steam catches heat from game developers for taking 30% of every sale, while Epic and Microsoft's PC store take just 12%. Roblox claims that developers receive around 24.5% of any sale, although as we'll soon see, in reality they get even less. The second thing I saw? When Roblox went public on the stock market this year, it was valued at a staggering $41 billion. A value somewhere between Nintendo and Electronic Arts. Roblox is now worth 7 Ubisoft.
Appreciate you.
And 3, in the words of Roblox's own Vice President of Marketing, Tammy Barmek, from the very beginning, it was about
I knew this game printed money, but Jesus.
For other kids. These kids are not just hobbyists. They're doing real work that is driving the value of one of the biggest video game publishers in history. But with a cut that's just 1/3 of the industry standard and nobody looking out for their health, we had to ask, is the next generation of video game developers being exploited before they've even finished secondary school?
Wait, that's crazy.
But before we look at how Roblox treats its workers, first we have to look at how Roblox turns its young users into workers in the first place. So, the good thing about Roblox as
Wait, how do you check how many players does Roblox have, period?
That is the tools are free, the hosting's free.
Like every day.
The tools actually let you skip the traditional learning curve associated with 3D modeling, and Roblox even handles moderation of your players for you. But people just using these free tools to get creative doesn't make Roblox any money. In fact, it loses the money because servers are expensive, which is why the
over 5 million?
Roblox's core player base of 9 to 15-year-olds start playing, they are submerged in this idea that they could be an entrepreneur. After all, it's impossible to play Roblox without making other Roblox users richer.
This is 100 million, they average 6 million players at one time, so 6 million concurrent?
But we're just getting started.
Holy.
The tabs at the top of Roblox.com are basically find games, find cosmetics, and start making stuff yourself. But if kids click on that, they see make anything, reach millions of players, and earn serious cash. Creators like you, it says, are being paid for what they love to do. If you go to Roblox's YouTube channel, the first videos you see are about successful game developers. In general, Roblox's PR department loves shining a light on the game's younger success stories. The official Roblox
it just endlessly
and the game's support website both assume you want help with monetization.
Renewable content.
And if you go to
make the players make the game,
which contains lesson plans for educators, one of the lessons is how to earn money in Roblox. Or, in the words of one 11-year-old I interviewed,
I saw other big games, I saw other developers getting money in a way that looked easy.
So, are any of these kids really earning serious cash? well, where the average indie game on Steam makes several $1,000s, the vast majority of experiences on Roblox earn their creators $0. Now, to understand why that is, we need to take a closer look at the Roblox marketplace, because
yeah, how would you even make money?
To get my head around this, I'll let you decide for yourself what chance you think kids have.
How does that even work?
Of understanding it. So, making a game in Roblox is easy. It's when you want other people to play
Roblox
it,
spent in your game?
Millions of...
But can't you just join like the games and just play? Like, you don't have to spend money to play. It's just for cosmetics, right? So like, how did the
players that Roblox promised that your journey will start heading up.
So then how do the people who make games make money?
Play on Roblox, it only
let's ETS grab
Grow a
that.
Garden game on Roblox peaked at 8 million players during one update I heard and currently has 2 million active.
What?
shows you the 1,000 or so games out of its 20 million that have the most.
You can make it
players
pay to win.
Oh. There are no
Tough
discoverability
questions,
tools
chat.
that let you see the newest games or to
Anything
help
in 3
new
months.
designers. The up and coming section still shows you games with thousands of players. So if you're a kid trying to make games for Roblox, you have two choices at this point. You can hustle and try and get your game in front of streamers or YouTubers, or you can pay Roblox to advertise it. But to buy anything in Roblox, you first have to convert your real money to the company's virtual currency, Robux. Developers on Roblox bid with Robux for ad slots in an auction, a system that is discussed by developers in forum threads as a gamble, with developers hoping that with the right game and the right ad, they'll grab enough players that their game ends up surfacing in the churning froth of the Roblox marketplace.
Whoa.
So the first thing Roblox tells its young developers is make anything, reach millions of players, earn serious cash. And then the next thing it says is, oh, well, I mean, if you actually want people to play your game, I guess you could give us money. But as duplicitous as it sounds, we know
Because like, realistically,
this works.
only 1 out of every 1,000 games made is probably going to actually reach the top, right? And if they get all those 1,000 people who made games, even if only 100 or even 50 of them decide to pay them to try to make it to the top, they're making fucking
because
bank.
Roblox has 20 million experiences made by its mostly young audience, even though when I spoke to professional Roblox developers, they told me that kids should not expect to make money on the platform.
Yeah, I don't think it's really possible for young developers to succeed on the platform anymore. It's really hard to get into those top 200 games.
Sometimes I think of making Roblox games as trying to make a viral TikTok or a viral meme. It's really tricky. There's pretty much only one big market to shoot for on Roblox right now, and that's kids. If you don't hit that demographic just right, and if you don't get your gameplay loop just right, you fail.
Later in this video, we're going to get to why it benefits Roblox Corporation to have hundreds of
Yeah, I saw that too. 12 years experience in Roblox is actually insane.
thousands of developers.
Also, the
making
reason
games for
Panic
the
thing did
platform,
2-1.
ignorant
Appreciate
of the
it.
fact that the odds
And King thing the
are
plan as
stacked
well.
against them. But first, let's go back to that question of why it's so hard to make money on the Roblox marketplace, because we're not done. Let's imagine you actually made a game that beats the odds and becomes a small hit, and now your game has thousands of players who are making inexperienced purchases with Robux. Roblox takes a 30% cut of every transaction on their platform, and then you actually get paid the rest in Robux, which of course isn't real money. You can only spend it in Roblox. You want to get paid. You want to withdraw that money as actual cash. Now, here's the bit that I think is just super shady. If any Roblox user wants to take Robux back out of their account and put it in their bank account as actual currency, the minimum withdrawal amount is 100,000 Robux, valued at around 1,000 US dollars.
Wait,
If
what?
you make $900 worth of Robux selling stuff you've made, your real life paycheck will be $0. Oh, and also, you can't withdraw anything unless you're first paying for a Roblox monthly premium subscription.
There's no... What?
Now, let me make this part abundantly clear. This is a choice that Roblox Corporation has made. Entropia
Dude, Twitch for years, I don't know if it's still 100, but Twitch for years would not send you a payout as a streamer unless you made at least $100 a month. And I remember that used to be like a big deal. Like people used to go fucking crazy, right? And then I think they lowered it eventually to $50, right? Yeah, it is 50 now. Okay, they did end up lowering it to 50, but holy shit, that's actually insane. $1,000 to get your money out? Bro, imagine going to the bank and you have like $900 in your account. And you're like, yo, can I take my money out? And they're like, nope, only until you get 1,000. All right, let's continue.
Universe, the world's only cash-based MMO that we did a video on last year, has a minimum withdrawal amount of $100. In Second Life, it's just 10 US.
Wait, did you just talk about Twitch? Did I just miss that?
Has made. Entropia Universe, the world's only cash-based MMO that we did a video on last year,
Universe. No,
has a
I don't even know
minimum
what that
withdrawal
is.
amount of $100. In Second Life, it's just 10 US. In making the minimum withdrawal amount so high, Roblox is just increasing the chances that you won't hit that cap, and so we'll just plow the money back into Roblox. Whether that's buying games or cosmetics or saving up to advertise your next game. Lots of Roblox developers even use their Robux to pay other Roblox developers to work on their game. And if they're not smart about how they pay these developers, Roblox will take a cut of that paycheck too. But for now, let's just imagine that you make a game and it's a hit.
They tax them paying other people in the game too?
Do make it
That's
100,000
crazy.
Robux, so you're allowed to withdraw it, finally, to your real-life bank account. You see, Roblox buys Robux from users at a very different rate that it sells them. So withdrawing 100,000 Robux doesn't get you $1,000, it gets you 350.
What?
Think about it. If your assets in Roblox become substantially devalued only at the moment you take them out of the platform, why not keep them on the platform in case you need them one day? And so, tons of Robux don't ever make it off the platform. Instead, they just go round and round with Roblox taking cut after cut. And so, while on paper, Roblox developers get that 24.5% of a game's sales, in reality, it's even lower. If we look at Roblox's published records, we can read that for every $1 Roblox earns in bookings, only 17 cents make it back out of the ecosystem to developers.
Well, that's how they're printing money then. Because they basically sell you on the, oh, you're going to make money here, create content, create worlds, create stuff. And then most people aren't going to make shit, right? But they're going to spend hours in it playing, you know, boost their concurrent player count. They're going to spend money trying to get advertising. They're going to spend money just playing the game, buying cosmetics, whatever. And then if somebody actually does pop off and does really well, they only get 17 cents of that dollar. That's crazy.
That's our best guess as to what developers are getting. The platform is actually so opaque that even full-time professional devs who've been doing this for years do not know what fraction of the pie they're taking home.
Like, you just have to roughly estimate it based off of like those exchange rates, and that's all you get.
And by the way, the lack of regulation in today's tech sector is seeing a lot of historically illegal practices coming back again with a new lick of paint. Roblox paying people in Robux is very, very similar to historical mining and logging camps in the United States paying people in company scrip. Scrip was currency invented and manufactured by these companies that could only be used to buy things within
A little annoyed that I've never learned about this.
the company's camp. For example, in the stores that they would build. The mining camps like paying
Mr.
people in
Fooling
script
crime.
for the same reasons that Roblox does. One, it means workers spend their money at the company, which makes the company richer. Two, workers become more afraid of breaking company rules because companies can take away their ability to spend script, essentially confiscating their paycheck. And three, script makes it harder for workers to quit their jobs because the moment they do, they get poorer. Unbelievable.
Why did we never learn about
these
that?
camps would have booths where you could exchange your script for US dollars, but the exchange rate hurt the worker, just like Roblox. Script so messes with workers' ability to make money that it was banned in the United States in 1938. And until we legislate script again in the digital age, Roblox is going to keep paying developers with pretend money. Now, when the question of whether Roblox is treating its designers fairly comes up, and it does come up, you can find long threads on the official forums with older developers banding together to ask or really beg for a more fair profit share, you always see the same two things. You'll see Roblox posting a super corporate and disinterested response that sort of ends the discussion without having it, but you'll also see people saying that devs asking for more money is silly, because Roblox has never been a profitable company. It loses money every single year, and so there's no more money to give out.
Uh-oh.
That is bollocks. But don't take my word for it. Take the word of the market analysts who have decided that as a money-making machine, Roblox is worth somewhere around the value of 7 Ubisofts. The idea that this company has no more money to give out is a repulsive.
So it's only just one game?
Roblox is just doing the same thing as companies like Spotify, Uber, and Airbnb, something known as platform capitalism. All of these companies have business models based on unsustainable expansion, always moving into more countries, hiring more staff, increasing their expenses until they control the entire market sector and all of its data, and can use this monopoly to make incredible money, as we saw with Facebook and Amazon. If Roblox...
That's actually fucking insane. Dude, as an outsider, I've always known that Roblox like printed money. I knew that game was like insanely popular. But damn, do they have a fucking chokehold. That's actually kind of scary.
Roblox wasn't losing money year after year. Its investors could reasonably turn around and say, why not? And so, when Roblox's developers come cap in hand asking for more revenue, there's never any left. Even though the platform has 200 million monthly users and the CEO is a billionaire. Because if Roblox were to give more money to developers, that's less money it could spend growing the platform and becoming a monopoly. We reached out to Roblox Corporation for an interview or comment on how they treat their young developers. They did not reply to us. Let's take a moment to put a human face on all of this. Was it harder than you expected to make Robux with your levels?
That is definitely a big yes.
This is
Dude, he's literally just
Emil
a kid.
is 11, and he got his parents to send him to a special summer camp where he could learn to code for Roblox. And then he
Dude, Jesus. This video and the last video have just been fucking depressing as shit. Ask the world. I mean, it is. You're not wrong, but still. I'll watch a little longer.
all by himself. And the game flopped, and he ended up sounding like a disenchanted 30-year-old veteran in an 11-year-old's body.
Even though Roblox says to encourage you to actually make games, the likelihood of you making a successful game is basically zero. You always compete with the people that have lots of money, and like, it'd be a problem if I showed you something because I'm trying to...
No, please, show me whatever you like.
This is like a big game developer that has lots of
shit.
success. Like, the amount of people that they have means the bigger the success is. And that means that they get a giant spike. And even if the spike lowers, they still go back up, and it's just an infinite cycle of spikes that go up and down, up and down. But when you're a small game developer, you'll have that spike, you come all the way down, you stay down.
Were you tempted to spend Robux on advertising your game after you
Kid's
made it?
fucking smart though.
I didn't even
Holy
have
shit.
Robux, but I wish I did, because then I could advertise it and maybe have a chance.
Emil's disappointment wasn't to do with whether Roblox's revenue split was fair. He hadn't...
Like, that's complex thoughts. Like, not only designing and making a game, but also like understanding marketing hype cycles.
really thought about that concept. He was just upset that Roblox only shows its users games that have tons of fans. But the thing is, Roblox benefits from giving a very small fraction of its developers almost all of the money. Because those successful devs can then keep updating their popular games, or they can make new games, or they can go full-time and hire people to work for them. They can even become celebrities.
I wanted to make this video to really tell you my story and give you my honest thoughts on the 8th annual Bloxy Awards.
And interestingly, the only concession Roblox has made in recent years to do with giving developers
That like
more
an
money
award show
gives
for...
even more money to the developers who were already making money. Experience-based payouts is a new sliver of Roblox's revenue that goes to the games that Roblox subscribers play for the longest. This is also Roblox Corporation tacitly encouraging its developers to make games that are addictive rather than fun, but the way that Roblox encourages its users to make games that are manipulative would be a whole other video. And
Are they having Gamba assist?
Here's
No
game
way.
Professor and labor
No.
activist Ty Underwood
Dude.
on why Roblox would be trying to
I want off
empower
this
its
ride
successful
immediately.
developers and ensure the rest have no power at all.
Comparing it to YouTube, you and I know of many YouTube channels where it's like, oh, well, I'm actually a boss with employees now. And so are all the top Roblox games. You can't organize bosses. Their interests do not align with workers. The workers' power comes from having the ability to stop production, and all bosses everywhere, it is against their interests to stop production.
That does track with my experience. I reached out to one extraordinarily successful Roblox developer for this piece, and they did agree to speak to me on the condition that we didn't reveal their identity, saying, quote, "Despite some fair criticisms, we have a good working relationship with Roblox, and I wouldn't necessarily want to be directly featured or quoted in a video critical of their platform cut." I asked that same anonymous developer what message they'd like to get out to Roblox's young developers. They told me, "On Roblox, many young devs crunch and burn out. They're not privy to ongoing dev community discussions about healthy working practices. My advice would be to not overwork. Don't feel pressured to work long days, especially as a young person. And lower your expectations. There are millions of experiences on Roblox and only a handful become top games. Make sure to have fun even if only a few people play your game." There's just one problem with getting those messages out to young game developers. Roblox is a publicly traded company now, which means it has a legal obligation to maximize profits. And kids working too hard with unreasonable expectations isn't bad for the company. And this is the heart of Roblox's success. In convincing its young users that making money on the platform is possible, it gets hundreds of thousands of young people pouring their imagination and spirit into making the next big Roblox success story. And while by my estimation, 99.9% of them flame out and make no money at all, that doesn't affect Roblox's bottom line one bit. Here's Genya again talking about his experience in the Roblox official internship program.
Okay. There's a lot to digest on that one. Obviously, I mean, it makes sense that they didn't want to ruin their relationship, right? That makes a lot of sense. You honestly can't even blame them. It's so weird because obviously the game is good, right? The game itself and like being able to build those things is a good thing. Being able to like reward people for that. People enjoy it. They have fun with it, right? The rest of it just feels really gross. Good as objective, it's popular. I mean, I guess, but I feel like we're just kind of playing with words at that point where it's like, if a product is good, people will flock to it. It's kind of the same thing with like a service where if the service is good, people will flock to it. And so, yes, it's popular, but it's popular because it's good. Like things that are popular that are no longer good will decline in popularity. So the game modes they make, people probably enjoy the fuck out of them and they're really fun. But that other side is a really dark side. The money side of the ecosystem. And probably no one even thinks of that, right? The only way you probably even see any of this kind of stuff is if you actually got into it and you tried to build something. And how many people are hopping in and actually trying to build something? Probably not that many. So if you have like what someone said earlier, they have like 3 to 6 million concurrent players every day. Of that 6 million players, how many people are in there trying to build stuff every day? 1,000? That's some anime villain shit. The video, it's investigation how Roblox is exploiting young game developers.
For instance, in my class, I was the only person that released a game, and that game was the only game from the whole class that actually did well. And we had like 7,000 people online. And so it's kind of rare for those games to actually work.
But then if some young wonderkind does make the next great thing on Roblox, there is nothing to stop an older team of developers taking the idea, refining it, re-releasing it, and then advertising it. But whether young developers find success on Roblox or not, the platform benefits from young developers training themselves up before they've realized that the odds are stacked against them. And once they've done that, they're that much less likely to walk away.
You can't take a game anywhere else. If I'm on Steam, theoretically, I could move my game to some, Epic or try to make a deal with Apple or something like that. But once you're in Roblox, it is impossible to extract your game or your work or even your skills from Roblox because it's such a idiosyncratic system to work with.
And this is so infuriating for me because if Roblox is actually operating,
because all the tools are in there too, so you can't really take them out.
For the game,
that's like how you learned how to
free tools to get kids messing around and making stuff that their friends can come and play, also for free. That's awesome. That anonymous developer who spoke to me told me that they wished Roblox had been around when they were a kid and trying and failing to make games in Flash. But that's not what makes Roblox money. What makes Roblox money is empowering kids to become workers with unreasonable expectations of what they can achieve.
Holy shit.
In a way that would be illegal if it wasn't happening online. So what can we do about any of this?
The question of whether or not it is possible to do labor organizing with children productively is a really bizarre question with much older young people, like young adults, who I'm just only now introducing the idea that your boss may have interests that diverge from your own in some cases, right? And this is mind-blowing. I think the answer in this case is that it should just simply be regulated that Roblox cannot have people sell within their games, right? If their audience is largely children. And that's not usually what I reach for, because top-down regulation doesn't build worker power. But like in this case, it's like they're kids. It's what's going on here.
Roblox's biggest advantage is that it runs on a potato.
And what about Emil, our 11-year-old game developer? What does he think should be done?
Do you think that kids should be encouraged to try and sell things on Roblox?
I think that kids should be encouraged, but they shouldn't be lied to about how easy it is, because it's not easy.
But the one thing
he's so smart.
Is that Roblox
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Legislate itself in a way that affects...
it's a system that is like could be good, but the way it's presented is misleading. It's makes people think like it's like the best way I can describe this is like telling an adult or someone who's older about gambling, where it's like, you know, yeah, you could lose that $10 or you could become a millionaire. Buy that lotto ticket. Then encouraging them to buy a lottery ticket every week, because like, oh, if you don't buy it, you know,
Roblox is going to continue doing everything it
can never win.
To scratch revenue.
You could.
Its young, vulnerable audience, no matter whether they're getting fair pay, whether it's
they don't know the
health,
percentage chance of them actually winning is so small that there's
to walk away.
No real point.
Thank you very much for watching this video, everybody.
And especially as a kid, can you really conceptualize that?
Share it, because, well, the more awareness we raise of this issue, the more pressure we apply to Roblox to be better. But also please share it, because frankly, it took absolutely ages to make. And for that,
it was a really good video. A little depressing, but a very good video.
Patreon. If you believe in games journalism like this video,
I'm glad we finished
love to have your support. If you have
really good video. Chad was saying earlier that some of this stuff has gotten a little bit better in the last couple of years, but apparently not by much. So